What is year 2 as a starter? What are we going to see from Rocco Brecht this year?
No, the biggest thing for me is consistency. There's a couple times last year where I felt like I got out of my rhythm, out of my just assortment, and then this year I feel like just having the right footwork, having the right read, having my eyes in the right spot, it's big for me, and I feel like that would help this team, continue our success into the season.
Was there an area that you felt like the consistency was the biggest issue? I mean, is it the footwork? Is it the read? Or what? Where did you feel like that sometimes would get wobbly for you?
Yeah, I felt like it was within the footwork, and then that just with messing up your footwork, that just comes with everything else. If you mess up your footwork, it messes up your read, the timing of the play, the timing of your action, and so that's the biggest thing. And so I've worked hard on that. Coach Waters have pounded that into me, and so I'm excited that I'm able to put it to show. Come here soon at Jack Trice and hopefully be consistent in whatever in those areas.
What did you do this spring and summer? Core footwork. What was the?
Yeah, the biggest thing was working to my left, having the consistent footwork within the same concepts, so going over the concepts, just repping those day in and day out, and just continuing to throw to my left, which I needed some work on. So.
What probably not a lot of quarterbacks in the Big 12 have guys to calibrate Jaden Higgins, Jaden Moore, Ben Burnley, transfers like Green and Alston coming in, not to mention Daniel Jackson. Do you feel like you almost have an embarrassment of riches there? I mean, you just got so many things you can exploit in the passing game.
Yeah, I'm super lucky to have all those guys. And super lucky that we've added, a ton of guys with success and, experience. So any way that we can find ways to get them the ball, they're going to help us win, and because I've seen it in practice already. When they have the ball in their hands, they can do something special. And so I'm excited for all those guys, and each one of those guys are going to help us out during the season.
What does a guy like Daniel Jackson mean to that group? The guy who's gone through so much, had the accident in high school, has had injuries throughout his career here. He's a senior now, flashing big against Oklahoma State last year. What can he do, and how much is he kind of, I guess, maybe a standard bearer for that room a little bit?
Yeah, he's awesome in that leadership role for that receiver room as being one of those older guys. But the thing with we need to continue to raise his confidence up, because when his confidence is up, he can be one of the best players on the team, one of the best players on the field. And so if we continue to do that, help him out on the field and in the classroom, he could be one of the best players on this team.
We talked a lot last year about how young you guys were as a whole group. Could you feel that day in and day out that it was a young group, or does it, when you're young, does it not even register as a thing?
Last year I did. I think for me it did seem sort of that way, but as the year went on and I was able to be comfortable in the offense, it felt a little more like I was here. I was becoming respected just by my teammates, and so I feel like this offseason that we just had, it just continued to grow. For me as a leader, and for my teammates and us to just continue to have that bond and that relationship to help us on the field.
Does it feel different as a group, not just for you, to have a bunch of guys that have already done it? Like, this isn't new to as many guys as it was last year.
Yeah, it's huge for me because I'm able to lean on those guys whenever I'm in shambles or I need help, and they're able to lean on me because I feel like I'm mature enough at this time to help somebody or lead somebody in a way where if they fail, I can bring them back up.
How's Bramer going to be different this year?
Bramer's going to be huge for us. The voice that he has as a young guy is amazing, and younger than me, but he's still one of those leaders on this team. And he's just going to continue to be that big playmaker that we need him to be.
Was there a moment last year or a game where you felt like it was really starting to click for you finally after you fully had your feet under you and you had it going?
Yeah, I felt like it was the Okie State game, and even though we played that next week was Oklahoma, I felt like that was a huge game for me. Just in the first half, we were rolling, and then just coming in that second half, just not really doing what I wanted to do. But I felt like my leadership role had kind of come out in that game, and I felt like that was something that I had got respect from some of my teammates, and I just respect them for entrusting me and putting that relationship that I have with them for the rest of the season.
How would you describe the bond you see between Jaden and Jalen? I mean, it seems like it's pretty.
Yeah, deep. Our bond has elevated ever since I stepped on that field. Off the field, really a lot, and just within the classroom and on the field. And me and Jalen know I've known him longer than I've known Jaden, but really when Jaden came in, I just started to continue to build that relationship with just both of them, and whatever we have off the field, it just translates onto the field.